I fell in love with the countryside, decided to stay.
But you've lived here a long time.
Oh, yes. Nearly 3 years. 9 o'clock. If you want to meet more locals, you won't have long to wait.
You work late in the country.
Evening, Bill. Evening, Lee.
Samantha, where's Nigel?
He's parking the car.
2 glasses of Chardonnay?
Please.
Evening, everyone. Been looking forward to this moment since I got on the train. If I ran the railways, I'll make sure they always arrived on time. You mustn't keep an Englishman waiting for his drink.
Not this Englishman, anyway.
If I may say so, you look very familiar. Do you work up in London?
Yes, I work for an advertising agency in Regent Street.
I thought so. I run the travel company next door to your office.
It's a small world, isn't it?
I'm Nigel. This is my wife, Samantha. She works in the stock exchange.
I'm Madeline, and this is Nick.
Hello.
We've just moved into Rose Cottage.
Have you? We moved here a year ago. Oh, you'll love the locals. You better. You can't get away from them.
We can all commute to London together.
Yes. All the locals meet on the train to London.
That's nice.
Come and join us.
You seem to be the only real countryman here.
True.
You work on the family farm, do you?
Yeah. Although I'm starting as soon as I can. I'm going to college.
Agricultural college.
Not lightly. I'm going to study information technology.
In London.
Yeah. Can't wait to get to the big city. Cheers.
Cheers.
You know what I love about living in the country? You don't need an alarm clock. The birds wake you up. And the cows. They're nature's alarm clocks. You didn't put in the tea bag, Nick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll have some tea on the train. What's the matter with you these days?
I've been getting up too early.
No, you've been going to bed too late. Country people go to bed as soon as it gets dark.
Really? Is it dark yet?
Ah, morning, Maddie.
I'm so sorry. I've been sitting on a train outside Paddington Station for half an hour. There was a signal box failure.
Don't worry, we've been looking at the poster campaign. Ray, would you like to say anything about it?
Well, great advertising speaks for itself.
Well, thank you, Ray. Lucy?
According to the market research, as many as 7 out of 10 consumers buy Dutch butter simply because it's Dutch. That's why we created Attie. She's friendly, she's appealing, and she's very, very Dutch.
So what happens in the television commercial? She's a cartoon cow, is she?
That's right. She dances in a field to proper cow music. It's like a Hollywood musical.
What does that mean? cow music.
Relaxed and gentle and charming, like Atty.
We've been trying to find the right composer, but they're all useless. I don't think anyone's ever seen a cow.
Maddie's husband's a composer, and he's seen a cow. You live next door to them, don't you?
Can he write something by the end of the day? We've wasted so much time.
We don't want to make him panic.
Oh, Nick won't panic. He's very relaxed.
Hi. Could you say that again?
Relaxed cow music for a Dutch cow to dance to by 6 o'clock. Well, how much time do you need? It's only 30 seconds long. Do it for me. Do it for Holland. You're an angel. I'll see you later.
Shut up!
I'm trying to work.
This is supposed to be a road.
And it's 2:17 on Monday afternoon. Hope you're having a nice day. I am, and that's because you're with me. Traffic news. There are roadworks on the eastbound section of the M40 near the High Wycombe turnoff. You can expect delays of up to an hour if you're on your way to London by car.
This is goodbye. What time is the next train to London, please?
The next train is due in 7 minutes.
Oh, great.
However, I'm afraid it's been cancelled.
Well, when's the train after that?
Normally, that would be the 3:19, but as you may know, between the 1st of September and the 31st of December, the 3:19 does not run on Mondays, Wednesdays.
I have to get to the centre of London by 6 o'clock.
Then may I suggest you catch the 3:15 coach that gets there at 5:57.
And where does that leave from?
Melford.
I've just come from Melford. I live in Melford.
Then you won't need directions. sir.
Maddie?
I'm biased. Lucy?
I thought it was excellent. What did you think, Ray?
He's been sitting there for 10 minutes, not saying a word. That's because he knows. Great music speaks for itself.
No, that's because he's been living in the country for 6 months. He's completely relaxed. There's no stress in the country. Isn't that right, Nick?
Mm.
Look at you. You're a real man of the soil now. You're gardening on a Saturday evening.
It has to be done.
We always went out on Saturdays when we lived in London. Parties, dinners, films, plays, concerts.
True.
We never had any time to ourselves. So let's not go out tonight.
All right. There's nowhere to go, anyway. I'll just carry on.
And I'll cook a meal. And we'll talk to each other.
Great. What about?
What did we talk about when we lived in London?
Well, all the parties and dinners and films we've been to.
Perhaps someone's inviting us to dinner tonight.
Go on. Hurry up.
That was Lucy from work. You know she's been looking for a flat?
Yes.
Well, she was talking to an estate agent this morning, and he said he found the perfect place for her.
Great.
When she got to the flat, she realised she'd been there before. So she told the owners that it looked familiar, and they said maybe she knew the couple who'd lived there before them. He was a composer, and she worked in advertising.
She's buying our old flat.
Not necessarily. She said she'd tell me on Monday if she was going to make an offer.
We could buy back our old flat. Wouldn't that be extraordinary?
It would. But we don't want to move back to London.
No.
We like living in the country.
Yeah?
We like the quiet. And the loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
And the wide open spaces. And the fact that there's nothing to do on a Saturday night.
That's right.
Shall I ring them? We could be there in 2 hours.
Oh, yes. Please.
What are you doing?
I was looking for my keys. I forgot. We don't live here anymore.
We've only lived here a year, but we've done a lot of work. Painting, plastering, rewiring. The previous owners said they'd improve the place, but their standards weren't as high as mine.
Hello. Nice
Hello.
to see you again. It's Nick and Maddie, remember? They're the previous owners of the house.
Oh.
You were saying?
Nothing. Well, I don't need to tell you where everything is.
Mind if I look at your bookshelves?
Go right ahead. I wrote a few of them myself. I could get you a discount.
So, you want to come back home, do you? Maybe, yes. Mind you, the price has shot up since we sold it to you.
Well, I did lay a new carpet in here.
Did you? You did not.
I know I did something to this carpet in the last year.
You vacuumed it once. So, you didn't like it in the country? We got fed up with the wide open spaces. We want to move back to London. I'd love some wide open spaces.
Well, I can assure you the place has been improved beyond all recognition.
I recognize this.
The damp. I guess I didn't get around to fixing it. I've been very busy with my books.
And I've been very busy cooking his meals and washing his shirts. What was the price again?
$85,000. But we'd accept $84,950.
We're interested. But we haven't sold our house in the country yet. Perhaps you'd be interested in that? Oh, yes, that would be wonderful.
Oh, it wouldn't, Nancy. My work keeps me in London all week.
You could rent a room in London during the week and go to the house at weekends. Sorry, I'm being bossy. It's none of my business. No, that's a great idea, Ralph. You'll love being on your own in London. I'll love being on my own in the country. Where is your house exactly?
Let's not move too fast. Who'll cook my meals? Who'll do my laundry?
That's what I love about London. It has the best restaurants in the world. And the best laundrettes.
Let's talk this over in private.
Yes, let's. Don't go away.
We've sold them our house, and they haven't even seen it.
It's just an idea.
You're a real businesswoman, aren't you?
Thank you. Are we doing the right thing? Look at it.
I know. There isn't a single wide open space. Just buildings. Buildings. Buildings.
It's absolutely wonderful, isn't it?
Yes.
The first double-decker buses appeared in London in 1851. They were invented to help carry the thousands of people who visited the great exhibition that was held that year. The first double-deckers were rather different from those we see today. They were pulled by horses, and they didn't have a roof. It wasn't until 1925 that the first fully covered bus appeared. Today, there are 3,500 double-deckers in London alone. There are 7 different types, and they can carry as many as 89 passengers. Most large cities and towns in Britain have double-decker buses. They're also used in South Africa, Australia, the Netherlands, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Berlin. The British Parliament has become the model that is followed by all democratic countries. It is the main law-making body in Britain and consists of 2 houses, the House of Lords and the House of Commons.
No. It shouldn't be run for bankers and speculators.
The House of Commons has 651 elected members. Here, all new laws are debated. Sometimes the debates last for many hours, and they can become extremely heated.
It wasn't worth waiting for, I have to tell the right honourable gentleman.
Order, order. I'm an order in this house. Tony Blair.
In 1605, there was an unsuccessful attempt to blow up the Houses of Parliament. The failure of the gunpowder plot, as it's known, is celebrated every year on November the 5th. The typical milkman gets up at about 3 o'clock in the morning to start his daily round, delivering milk to the doorsteps of about 500 houses. 95% of British people think that having milk delivered by the milkman is a great tradition which should not be lost. But only 40% actually buy their milk from the milkman. However, that is still 4.45 billion pints of milk each year. And most milk is delivered in glass bottles. Mass production of milk bottles started in the 1920s when pasteurization was introduced. Having treated the milk to kill bacteria, it was very important that it was protected. Today, these bottles are washed and reused at least 12 times. Cricket is a game played by two teams of 11 players.